see it recording, but I'm going to try it one more time.
We could try it on our end too if you can't get it.
If you want, Chef Ted, if you don't mind, just to save
Got
me
that?
here. It looks like I'm pressing the button, but I'm not seeing.
It shows
It's
on my
working
end
on
that
our
it's
end, it looks
recording.
like.
Okay,
It's
great.
recording on our end. We're good.
Okay,
Yeah.
excellent. So we've got it recording. Chef Ted, I'm going to hand the baton to you. Thanks so much.
Outstanding. Okay. Thank you everybody. And good morning to all at Creative Dining. My name's Chef Ted Osorio, and I'm a corporate chef here at General Mills, and I've been with General Mills a little close to 18 years here. And happy to be here. But today, as Maureen said, I'm going to talk about two products in front of me. One is our Pillsbury Southern style biscuit, and I everything that you see here was made with one product today. So we sell a quite a extensive line of biscuits, frozen dough products, but I wanted to focus on just one. So this is our 3.17-ounce easy split biscuit, and right next to me I have our dairy-free Parfait Pro. All right, so they really great product, and I'm gonna touch base on a few items that you can make with that, along with the biscuits. So I'll start off with our biscuits. So I mean, it's really simple to work with. So it is what it is. It's a place and bake product. Take it out of the freezer, place it on the pan in less than 25 minutes. You have fresh baked biscuits. So this is what it looks like when it's actually baked up after 25 minutes. So that's as easy as you can go, right? So it's just bake it 25 minutes, you got a nice golden brown product. Now in the back here, there's a couple of things that I wanted to show, just how you can plus up the biscuit and kind of show some ideas, and but also show ideas where it's not, you're not going to overextend your labor out there. So I try to do things in a simple way, but at the same time I still want it to be something that's going to wow you at the same time. So right in back of the biscuit, I have an everything bagel biscuit, and all I did was just from frozen, just dip the top of the biscuit in some water and pressed it in the everything bagel seasoning. Now, as I'm saying this, think about what you currently have on hand, right? What else can be topped on here? Maybe it's I have some coarse sugar back here, but maybe you have some sort of rubs, lemon pepper seasoning, any type of seasoning to go on top, to make as a bread basket item or make into a sandwich. And back here, I have what's called pretzel biscuit, and it's really easy to make. So you just take the biscuits from frozen, okay, and then I have in this pan, it's just baking soda solution. So just water and baking soda that I brought to a boil. And once you bring it to a boil, you just brush it over the top of the biscuit, just like that. And from there, you can sprinkle some sea salt or some kosher salt on top, right? And after about 25 minutes or so, this is what you get, right? So now the thing I want to show you the difference, I'm going to line it up front. So you're going to get more of a deeper golden brown color from that solution, and you're also going to get that flavor of a biscuit, right? So just something simple, and again, something that's not going to take a lot of time. So right down here at the bottom, here just kind of show you what you can do with those top biscuits. And I made a pretzel Reuben sandwich, and all I have there is the Thousand Allen, some pastrami, Swiss cheese, and a little bit of sauerkraut on top of that. Really simple. In the back, I took the everything bagel seasoning biscuit, and I just made a smoked salmon breakfast sandwich. So I have a little bit of smashed avocado, smoked salmon, and a fried egg, and a little bit of arugula inside, right? So just to kind of step it up from your regular bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit sandwich, right? So, and just kind of think about what else can go inside of these options. What else can you do with these items and with the items that you have within your pantry to make it come to life? So next, if you let your biscuits thaw, you can do a lot of cool things with the biscuit. So right next to the sandwiches, I have I call it a, a biscuit McMuffin, so biscruffin, if you will. So all I did here was just take the biscuit from thawed, okay, and then oops, and then from there I just throw it right onto the griddle, right onto the flat top. All right, and then after about 8 minutes, because it's about 4 to 5 minutes per side, and this is what you're gonna get. It's gonna look just like an English muffin on both sides. So you're gonna get that crumpet look, right? And you can still make your sandwich with that, right? So, and I have breakfast muffin. So I just have a little bit of pulled pork, some cheddar cheese, and a fried egg on top. But again, you can put whatever you want to put inside. But again, just showing you the ease of that by letting it thaw. Like it's a biscuit, but it's just a piece of dough, right? I call it a multi-purpose dough that you can utilize to make multiple things, right? So I'm gonna take it a step further. That same biscuit under here, I call these griddle breads. What I'm about to do, and all this is just some olive oil, chopped garlic, onions, and a little bit of sesame seed, poppy seed. Right. So from there, you take your biscuit, stretch it just like that, and then you press it right into the onions. And again, take this same mixture, throw it right onto the griddle. Okay. And it'll cook off the same amount of time. And so that's what you get, right? So that could be a nice bread basket item. You could slice it and you can make a sandwich. When it comes off the griddle, you could still split that biscuit and you can make that sandwich. So the difference here is it's not going to be that light fluffy biscuit. So you're going to change the texture. It's going to get more. It's going to be a little bit more dense and it's going to have more kind of like that focaccia type of feel, if you will. Okay.
Ooh.
Right next to that, I call these down home Danish. Now let me show you just how simple that is. Okay. This is all it is, right? Again, let your biscuits thaw. This is your biscuit. Make a well in the biscuit here. From there, or crack open a number 10 can of whatever pie filling that you have. Or if you're making something from scratch, fine. And then from there, just bake it in the oven. Okay, and this is what you get. And then you drizzle some vanilla icing over the top. So again, I just have some apple pie filling, cherry pie filling. What do you have on hand? What can you utilize to bring that to life? Um, Next, oh boy, now I'm gonna kind of show you how simple this is. So I call these little bread bites, fried bread bites. Okay, so let your biscuit thaw. Quarter your biscuit. From there, throw it in a deep fryer. 2 minutes. Okay, from there you can do multiple things. All right, so if you we scan down on the boats here, I made some meals with it. So I made something for every part of the day here. So I'll start off with breakfast. I just took those bolts. I call these biscuit bowls. And all I did here was just took the biscuit, I put some biscuit gravy over the top, some scrambled egg, and some bacon. You can sprinkle a little bit of cheese, and you can call it a bootleg breakfast poutine, if you will. So I took the next yeah, you like that, huh? So I took the next one, same concept. Uh, with the biscuits, and I put some mac and cheese, some greens, and a little bit of pulled pork, drizzle some barbecue sauce on top, right? So um and made that into more of a heartier meal. And in the back, again, right, I keeping it on that level. These are just some biscuit beignets. So again, just submerging it in a deep fry for 2 minutes. After it comes out, toss it in the powdered sugar, and these are outstanding. Okay, and I'm gonna if we could scan down to the bottom there, Josh. Just want to kind of show them the same concept with the biscuit donuts here. Oop, let me get that in the camera just to kind of show you what that looks like, right? So that is everything I just mentioned um with the biscuit. And this is really simple. If you could scan that back up to me and then we'll go back down. So how you do that, it's super simple. Take the biscuit, let it thaw, just poke a hole just like that and throw it in a deep fryer. Again, 2 to 3 minutes. and that's what you get at the bottom. Can we scan back down, Josh? And then you can top them however you like, right? So again, bacon, gravy, mac and cheese, pulled pork, and in the back I just had some vanilla pudding, and I'll just you can make like a banana pudding, put some sliced bananas and some whipped topping on top with vanilla wafers, and in the back this is just dipped in the melted vanilla icing, so you can kind of have like a glazed donut. All right, so
Chef Ted,
yes,
can you hear
ma'am.
me? Yeah,
Yeah,
Nathaniel just writes he had a chef tell him that if he thaws the biscuit dough first, it makes a fluffier biscuit. What are your thoughts there?
I mean, yeah, sure. What I will say is, yeah, it'll still be fluffy. It's a pretty tolerant biscuit. So you if you let them thaw overnight, they'll still bake up. They'll still bake up nice. But what I will say is, when you the longer you let those biscuits sit, what you end up having is you end up losing volume, and that's not necessarily good either. So something that bakes up nice and tall, you'll lose a little bit of that. So I just want to kind of let you know it'll still be fine, but I just want you to be aware that you're going to lose a little bit of height, when you let that sit longer in the cooler. So I don't, it's not necessarily going to be any fluffy. It'll still be fine. But yeah, that answer your
Thank you for
question.
that.
Okay.
Yep, yes, thank you. And
Um.
another quick
So
question before you move on with the
yeah,
deep
absolutely.
frying. With the deep frying, have you ever stuffed the dough then deep fried? Or what is your direction on that? I'm just thinking chocolate or something like that.
Have I ever?
I'm sorry, stuffed the dough before deep frying.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, and we call them biscuit bombs, right? If just bear with me, and I'll just show you what we do. I'll just grab something over here. Um, have some pulled chicken, and you can do this if you have, again, pie filling, something savory as well. Take the biscuit, you just flatten it, stick it in the center, okay, and just press it in together to fold it like that, and then you could bake it or you can throw it into the fryer. So it'll
Yep,
take probably 4 minutes in the fryer. Was
yep.
that
Chef,
helpful to see?
yes, Chef Ian says like a punchki.
Yeah,
Perfect, thank you.
yeah. Good questions. Thanks for asking. Um, so I'll move on. So again, like these, I have some waffles up here. If you got a waffle iron, this is all it is. Take your biscuit, thaw it, throw it in there, and in less than 2 minutes, you're gonna get some waffles, right? So you can thaw them. I mean, like I said, these are easy split biscuits. So when the biscuits come out of the waffle iron, you could still split them and make sandwiches with them as well. Okay, so I'll let that come out, but I love these because you can do again sweet, savory, whatever you want to do, right? This is a blank canvas that you can utilize to put whatever you want inside. So think about what you have in your pantry, what may be leftovers, or maybe it's a special event that you want to utilize these. Um, just all sorts of options to work with the biscuits. So I don't want to forget. I have this one over here on the stand here. This is called sticky biscuit, and this is really simple. All it is just butter, brown sugar, maple syrup, and I have some walnuts and some craisins. I put that all in a pan, brought it to a boil, and I put it in a 2-inch hotel pan. From there, I placed my biscuits on top and baked it for about 25 minutes, and then inverted it, and that's what you get, right? So just a nice brunch item, and again, super super delicious. Right.
Chef
So
Ted, we did have another question from
yeah,
Chef Jay asking about mini pizza applications. Like,
yeah,
how can,
absolutely.
yep,
Yeah, you can again, like you can take a rolling pin like anything else. That is that me? Something's beeping. Oh, sorry, the timer's going off in the back.
um, yeah, can you
You
still
got
hear
it.
us?
Yeah, no, no, no. It was just it sounded like a ticking time bomb going off. But I
Oh,
just want to
no.
kind of show you this just came out of the waffle iron. So still splits when it comes out of the waffle iron, okay? So really simple. Getting
So
back to that question, with the pizza. Yeah, like anything else, it's a piece of dough. You can dust it, coat it in some flour, and just roll it out to whatever size you want, and put whatever toppings you want on it. And gosh, I wish I had a rolling pin down here just to kind of show you how easy it is. Another thing, what you can do is again, I had that everything bagel seasoning. Roll it in between the seasoning as flat as you can, and just put it on the pan. And those make nice little crunchy flatbreads as well. You know, so that you can kind of break apart and put as a bread basket item. So really nice.
how would
Um,
that product fare in like a conveyor pizza oven?
um, it would work just fine.
Okay,
So
just got to test it out.
so would the biscuits. If you wanted to put the biscuits in a conveyor too, it would work just fine. But again, you'd have to adjust the. I think with the if you're doing the pizzas, I think it would be fine. You probably would just have to adjust your speed. But if you want to make the biscuits, you'd have to adjust your temperature in there. That
Thank
makes
you.
sense.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. So and I'm just going to. I mean, really simple. You can make a sandwich. Can you scan down, Josh, on the plate there? You see it? Here we go. I'll push it.
It's going a little too far down.
Yeah, we got it.
Okay.
Little difficulties here.
Yeah.
We just want them to see the really nice General Mills logo.
There you go.
Product placement.
Yeah. So right here, that's perfect. That's perfect, Josh. So again, right? So just chicken and waffles are always good. So just a little keeping it simple, a little gravy. Whatever you want to do, bacon. If you want to do fried egg or something like that, it's totally up to you. However you want to present it, for a nice little breakfast, okay. Or if you want to again scale back on how much is on the plate, you could do that too. To keep in line with your cost there. So any questions on that? Because before I move on to the yogurt, I hope the ideas was something that's I try to present in a way that's easy to execute. I try to create things to where you don't have to necessarily be a professional chef to actually duplicate these ideas, because you know labor's it's a factor, but it's always a factor, right? So how can we keep things simple, but at the same time still be able to take something ordinary and make it extraordinary? And I hope that's what I was able to do with the biscuits today.
Can I just make
Oh,
a comment on that before we move on?
Yeah,
I think that you got some fantastic ideas there. I
thank
really
you.
like the fried dough bites and those
Mhm.
builds. I think that's just what a unique way to serve that. And you can do little breakfast bowl builds with that with the
Yeah,
gravy. The bootleg biscuit poutine. I think everybody was digging on that one. That's pretty cool. And the waffle sandwich, like it's pretty cool, pretty innovative to use your waffle irons for different things like that. I could see
yeah,
that being a good application in a retail operation. It might be tough in a board operation because it's not
Yeah.
like you can waffle iron 300 biscuits. But I
No,
think
I got it.
there's some cool ideas there. So thank you.
Hmm. Yeah, and the good thing too, a lot of the stuff could be done in advance too. So, but no, I hear you there. So that's why, and when I think about these, I don't always just think about the board plan. I try to think about the whole operation too, right? Some of these will be applicable uh for residential, and then some you can be like, oh, yep, this could be maybe for a special dinner, or this can go on our retail concept where we can kind of manage more of that, that you have more control over that.
Chef
Um,
Ted, real quick before we move on, one
yeah.
thing, this is Maureen talking. One thing I always like to show at shows is like a biscuit cup
Hmm.
to put like tuna salad in it and something like that. Could you just speak to that real quick before you move on?
Sure. And it's the same thing as kind of like when you said rolling out the dough, and if you have like any seasoning, seasoned cornmeal, or whatever you have, just take the biscuit and roll it within that seasoning to probably like a 6 inch, a 5 to 6 inch round. And then from there, you place it on the back of a muffin pan, right? Kind of like your bread bowls. And then you bake it in the oven. So that's all it is. And then you could put whatever fillings you want inside. Again, like I said, if it's something with sesame seeds, put something Asian inside. If it's something with cornmeal, put what's going to pair nicely with it. It could be, you can roll it in flour as well, cinnamon, sugar, and we call them just I forgot, what do we call them? Maureen. Little boats that you could put stuff in there. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't have time to with all the other stuff. I didn't have time to do that. I mean, it's a nice one to see, but I think it's one of those things too, right? If you're trying to do 300 of those, that may not be something that's realistic for you, right? So I try to show things that I show things that I want people to actually do every day, or try to achieve most days. But yeah, that's another easy one. But I just that one ran off the clock for me to get that one done today.
Yeah, no,
But
that's
yeah, thanks
perfect.
for asking.
No, thanks for touching on that. Thank you.
Mhm. Yeah. Um. So really quickly, I'm gonna touch on the yogurt, and if there are additional questions, be happy to answer. So again, this is our plant-based option here. This is our dairy-free Parfait Pro, vanilla, and it's coconut based, and it is oh, you can correct me if I'm wrong there, Maureen. I believe it's 3 pounds, and they come packed 4 to a case. Is that correct?
You're correct.
3 pound pouches, and again, it's a really easy to rip, and then you pipe to make your parfaits, but a nice option to have out there for what folks are asking for. So I made a couple of things, right? So we like to make more with less, and try to show you how you can get the most out of the product. So I on toward my left here, I have some basic parfaits, a little blueberry, and there's the yogurt, and a little granola on top. Really basic, right? So next to that, I have some overnight oats. Okay, so, and all this is just some yogurt, oats. I put a little bit of cinnamon in here as well, and a little bit of oh gosh, some diced apples. Okay, just to kind of have like a cinnamon apple parfait. But again, the base could just be yogurt and oats, and then you can add whatever flavors you want to add inside. And then I just piped a little bit of yogurt on top for a nice garnish there. But really simple, right? So I'm gonna try to go from the way I kind of have a lineup. I want to go from like breakfast to hopefully lunch, afternoon, and then we'll finish off with some dessert. So in the middle here, we call these mango green smoothies, and really all this is just mango, bananas, spinach, and yogurt. and a little bit of orange juice, just mixed together in a blender and poured right into a nice cup here. And I was gonna I didn't I ran out of you all may have something different within your operations. I had some I ran out of my regular disposable smoothie cups, so I kind of went with the next best thing with nice little shooters here. Um and again, right, so next to that we have some uh, shredded buffalo chicken wraps. And all this is just it's really easy to make. So it's diced tomatoes, yogurt, buffalo chicken, I mean chicken, diced tomatoes, yogurt, and some hot sauce and a little vinegar. And just put everything is mixed together and put in a hotel pan and roast it in the oven for about an hour. When it comes out, just shred the chicken and I just put it on some nice red leaf lettuce. And I made there's a vegan ranch that I drizzled over the top with the dairy free Parfait Pro. But really simple idea, and easy to execute. So last, I'm gonna do was there a question? Oh, sorry.
Yes, there was. All these recipes you're talking about, this is with the dairy-free yogurt, correct?
Everything on the table. Yes.
Thank you.
And bear with us. The camera's got a life of its own today. So the last
Ian
I'm
had a
gonna
question too, Chef
yeah.
Ted. Okay, Maureen just answered in the chat. He was just wondering if it was only vanilla or if there was a plain option. But yeah, just vanilla.
Just vanilla. Thank you.
For now, Ian, we may indulge in the plain in the future.
No, if it's something that you want, please say something, because we can give our opinion, but it's just our opinion, right? Or what we want, but we need to hear from the customers that if there's something specific that we can work on. But I'm going to do a quick yogurt mousse, and that's all this is. It's just it's equal parts yogurt and equal parts non-dairy whipped topping inside here. So you just mix it together until it's incorporated, and then I'm just going to fill my bag and just pipe it in the glass. This is really easy, and it takes no time to do. And from here, you can add whatever you want to add. If you want to flavor it, sometimes I'll add a little bit of crushed Oreo in it for a little cookies and cream. Or if you have some flavored gelatin, you can mix that in there. Some lime or cherry or whatever you have or in your pantries. And that's all it is.
Chef Ted, while you do that, I just wanted to make a comment. Nathaniel and Brandon were saying the plain would be most useful. And I'm wondering if you could speak to that, meaning when Chef Ted is making these products, like the coconut vanilla flavor goes away, like when he's doing these recipes, but could you speak to like the need for plain? Just curious.
You want me to speak to the need for
No,
plain, or
No,
you want the chef?
Nathaniel and Brandon, I was hoping they could maybe just speak for the need for plain. Is it just primarily for a dairy-free smoothie
Yeah.
option?
Yeah, I can speak to it.
Go
I
ahead.
think honestly, when I'm creating recipes, if something like a plain yogurt, I can season that however I want. So
Yes.
if it's already sweet and vanilla, it's kind of hard to make a really tasty ranch out of it. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't always work so well for savory. So I feel like a plain would be way more useful.
Yeah, I won't disagree with that at all, right? So I mean, because you could always add your natural sweetness, just like there are so many things that, and it's I've said this before to the folks, but like I said on one person, it is so many things that you can add to make it sweet, right? Just berries and little things with natural sugar inside. So I get exactly what he's saying. But what I will say is I've done it with some with plenty of we have some with plenty of savory options on there, and I can tell you, you would never know that it was that it was sweet. One that I have, it's a roasted cauliflower tiki masala that I made using the yogurt, and I guarantee you, you would know that it was coconut based yogurt. And we have like a butternut squash soup, and there's some roasted savory bowls that we've have some dressings. So yeah, but I wholeheartedly agree with what you're saying. But there are some applications in which you can get some savory out of it as well.
Thank you, everyone, for that.
Yeah. But golly, yeah. So this is the end result, right? So I just drizzled with a little bit of chocolate sauce and the mousse and some diced berries on top. And really simple execution. Again, right? If you have leftover cake, you could make some parfaits with it. But I hope these ideas were useful for you. Hope it's something that you can see yourself going back to your campus and creating some things with. But hopefully, most of all, I hope you got something out of it. But I appreciate you giving me the time. If there's any other questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
Chef Ted, I might have to look into this, but there was a question, does the vanilla yogurt contain alcohol? Asking for halal reasons. And I may have to look that one up, but do you know off the top of your head if the dairy-free yogurt contains alcohol?
I'm gonna. I'm not 100% certain, but I'm pretty certain that it doesn't. But I can certainly ask
Yeah, I'll follow up on that.
the folks
Thank
with
you.
R&D. But I'm 99 and 3/4% sure that there's not any alcohol in it.
Okay, no, thank you, and I can follow up.
Mhm.
So we have about 6 minutes left. Chef Ted, that is awesome. Any other questions that if you want to come off mute and just ask Chef Ted, this would be the time to do it. And Jay, Nathan, and Ian, if you have any comments or any closing comments, that would be great.
Yeah, if there's no questions, be happy to wrap it up here. Doesn't look like there is. Thank you, Chef Ted. Thank you for everything you've done here for us. This has been great. What a great spread you guys got going on there too, man. I'd love to come and visit your kitchen sometime and indulge in some of those delicacies that you guys have going on there. But thank you
You
for
can
all
make it yourself too, you know.
Well, come on. I mean, it's better when somebody else makes it, though. Yeah, no, thank you.
We'd be happy to have you. But you know, if I could leave you guys with one challenge, right? So because we're all busy here, right? There's some ideas on the table, right? The one thing that I always say is don't leave the ideas on the table, right? Don't let the ideas die on the table because we're all busy, right? So then get off the call and then we go back to doing our daily routine, right? So don't be afraid to try out the ideas. You have the product, put it to use. Try something different, right? So you see something like they say at the airport, you see something, say something, pass it on to the folks that are executing these ideas. And shucks, I mean, keep in touch with us. Let us know if you do something. Share it with us. We love to see that. But yeah, so just
Absolutely. Well, thank you. I think that
Jay,
there's so many.
what are your thoughts? Jay, did you have?
Well, let me wrap this up real quick, Maureen, then I'll pass it on to Jay.
Sure.
I just wanted to say, there's some really great ideas here to all of our chefs that are on here. Pass these along at your accounts. Try some of these out. I mean, just like the pretzel biscuit, I think is such an easy one to do, and it just gives a different presentation for it. I'm sure a lot of you guys saw the flavor in the menu cover a few months back. That was the biscuit sandwich with a chicken and blueberry compote and the candied bacon on there. That may or may not have been a Pillsbury biscuit. I don't know if I'm allowed to say, but that was my recipe on the cover of that. So chicken biscuit sandwiches at breakfast are also kind of one of those things that's starting to trend right now too. So thank you for these ideas. I think the yogurt has been pretty well received. I know that we did some promotions with it. I know people have been using that. We always appreciate our partnerships with our vendors, with our brokers, our brands. And these types of opportunities are very valuable for our staff, for our company. Looking forward to seeing the recipes, and we're going to work on getting those in Culinary Suite too, so you guys can use those with ease at your account. So again, Maureen, Chef Ted, thank you so much for everything here. We really appreciate it. We hope to do these again, and in person would be great too.
Yeah, I'd love to come out.
Thank you. I'll pass
the
it on to
summer.
Jay now. Yeah.
In the summer. Jay's on mute.
Sorry about that. Thank you, Ian, for those comments. And I really just want to echo what you were talking about and extend it a little bit further for a next step. As all of you that were on the call today kind of digest what we were looking at, feel free to shoot myself an email or Ian or Nathaniel as to maybe some other General Mills focused webinars that might make sense for us to look at in the future. And I want to circle back to Maureen, and we'll have that conversation as to some other things that we can put on the radar for creative dining as we look at doing things like this a lot more often. And obviously, General Mills is a great partner to kick this off with. So thanks again, everybody. Appreciate it.
Thank you, everyone. Have a great day, and we'll be in touch. Thanks,
Thank
Chef
you,
Ted.
everybody. Take care.
Thank
Thank
you.
you,
Have a good
Creative
day.
Dining team. Bye now.
Thank you, Maureen.
Thank you.